Bam.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of
Don't Do That.
Don't Do That
Right here on 16 TV.
on Wicked Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
Wicked
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, it is Hump Day, everybody. And shout out, this is the Team Onslaught shirt.
Candy pink.
This is the candy pink. Candy pink.
Candy pink.
Candy pink. Go to teamonslaught517.com and you will get your merch there.
Yes, sir.
All right. So it is again the Hump Day.
It is the Hump Day.
The Hump Day. Almost to the weekend. F Fridays is right around the corner. Religious holidays and whatnot coming up came and passed. Yes, and FDT. So apparently, you MAGAs, some of you MAGAs, maybe not all of you, but some of you, probably all of you, have lost your shit when it comes to Kash App Patel. As we know, Kash App Patel is of Indian religion. He is the FBI's first Indian American to hold the position of FBI director. He is Gujarati Indian descent. His family is from Badran village of Gujarati, India. He was born in New York. He celebrated the Hindu Festival of Lights, which is also celebrated by more than 1 million people, and that includes Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, and Buddhists. In his post, let's see here. Yeah. All right, we have Blue Dream, Sticky, House of Dank. You go ahead.
Smoke of the Ep.
Smoke of the Ep, House of Dank. It is the spot.
That is the spot.
Now, in his post, Kash App Patel had stated, Happy Diwali, celebrating the Festival of Lights around the world as good triumphs over evil. Now, some MAGA has have...
Really?
Yeah.
So, loaded gun right there.
Now, MAGA had a whole bitch fit with this. Jeremy Carl describing himself as being on the front lines in a war against secularism. He had written, Do you see the problem yet?
Why did they have a problem with him celebrating his heritage?
Well, it's not a Christian heritage.
But he's not.
But this is America, remember? So John McGlone, who describes himself as an unapologetic Christian American, states, This is a Christian nation. Check your foreigner stuff at the gate.
Wow.
Johnny Blacksmith, who talks about him being a right-wing before it was cool, stated, not compatible with American tradition.
All the quiet parts out loud.
Ben Garrett, a pastor at Raguj or some church in Ogden, Utah,
he has no
stated, go back. Podcaster Joel Webben stated, go back home and worship your sand demons. Get out of our country. Chris Nelson, a Florida Christian, stated, What the hell is this? This is America, not India. It's an ex-user also stated, Sam Hambrick wrote back, deport.
Didn't I say that?
Said deport. Yes, you did. That's why I found it very hilarious.
Didn't I say that?
I found it hilarious because it's like, you are literally like you said, a chocolate chip in a bowl of milk.
He's the only person of color in the entire cabinet.
Yeah, exactly. So
or junk drawer.
And your religion or whatnot is supposed to be peaceful and all that other good jazz, and yet you're not even a peaceful man.
Shun your beliefs. They can't even have enough class to let you. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Kash App, how does it feel?
I tried to tell you, bro. I told you, dog. I told you.
Me personally, I don't care. I mean, hey, But I mean, your
Cash.
followers.
Cash.
I think you might want to hit this, bro.
I tried to tell you,
because
bro.
that. I mean, I don't. Again,
I
I don't
hate saying I
care.
told you so, bro.
You know, again, me personally, you know, as a regular person over here, you know, as most of us feel the same way on this side of the ropes. We don't care.
I tried to tell him.
You're that is perfectly fine to us, but to the people that you're trying to, you know, protect, basically, don't even care about you or how you feel or the religion that you have. So yeah.
Open your eyes.
Get on the right side of history, Cash App. Get on the right side of history.
All the more reason you be where you belong. And so,
it begins.
Story time.
It begins.
Almost 60 years ago, after America abolished slavery, the Greenwood District of Oklahoma was a thriving community, mostly filled with blacks that had migrated from the South. Watch the movie Greenwood. I think it was like 2014. It speaks of this. This is the story of Black Wall Street. This is so that people will stop hitting my comments saying, well, if you guys, if black people just get their own stuff, maybe you just need to get your own stuff. This is the story of one time when we got our own stuff. And when people see you shining, they hate and they don't want to see you shining no more.
Not at
So,
all.
Being separate from their racist white neighbors helped them to focus and build up a vibrant community that Booker T. Washington gave the name Black Wall Street. Black people in Greenwood had a 58-room hotel owned by a black man, the biggest hotel owned by a black man. They had 2 movie theaters and Dr. A.C. Jackson lived in Greenwood, and he was considered to be the most skilled black surgeon in America. Okay? Sound like they was doing it, right? This is
it was getting down.
1921.
They were doing good too.
1921. So they still had Jim Crow going on. They still had racist, jealous white boys running around. So long story short, black people were shining and minding their business. White people started hating. Black man was falsely accused. Jonathan Majors. Black was falsely accused and bullshit ensued. So the story was like the man, I forget, did I have his name in here? I don't think I have his name because I have something else in there after that. But his name, let's say you know that you have to go to a black bathroom. You cannot go to a white bathroom. You have to go to a colored black bathroom. So the nearest colored bathroom is about half a mile, say. Okay. So you run there and you gotta go. You don't have time between there and getting back to work to dilly-dally. But your only choice is to get on the elevator to get to that bathroom by yourself on the same elevator as a white girl. Now, mind you, being alone with a white girl in 1921 with Jim Crow laws was strictly forbidden. You could not do this. You did this at your own peril. And the young man did. No one knows what happened in that elevator even to this day, but the young lady yelped, screamed, ah! Like one of those type of noises. I'll take a quote out of Potts's book and say white woman tears. Okay. So, long story short, they blamed the young man and said after the story snowballed and went like in the Grease movie from one side of the drive-through to the other side of the drive-through, it turned into the young black man had forced himself on the white woman. They instantly took him in, arrested him. Okay. Jealous white boys, crazy white boys outside of the jail wanting to lynch the young man. By this time, about 50, 75 brothers from Greenwood, from Black Wall Street had popped up. Because a lot of the brothers that had came to Oklahoma from the war went to Greenwood because they knew that's where it was popping for the brothers. So they came to help out the brother. They came 75 strong. They still ended up getting overpowered. They were overmatched with artillery at the time. They started losing. They ran back to Greenwood, and they ran back to Greenwood too. Total between 75 and 300 dead. This is the guesstimations. Okay. They fired a machine gun on a church, killing the people inside. 6 planes dropped accelerant and dynamite onto the town. They vandalized and looted the homes for all of their belongings. They ripped men from their homes, shot them in the street, hanged them, or tied them to the backs of trucks and dragged them through the street until they died. This is for you dumb motherfuckers that say, well, if you get your own, we have more stories than that.
There's plenty more. Actually, there's plenty.
That's just the first one. But there are many more stories that black people have tried to separate themselves and get their own shit. And then we have highways run through neighborhoods, redlining. We have Jim Crow. We have to fight to not be in the back of the bus. We have ignorant motherfuckers on Truth Paste saying that, well, maybe people are tired of, taxpayers are tired of paying for people that can work. Okay. So I looked it up, and a whopping almost 40% of people that are receiving SNAP or food benefits right now, it ain't us, dog.
And it ain't even the seasoned ones either.
I'm saying that to say, that's y'all. That's y'all with that. But that's not even the point. I just wanted to prove the point back to you that that's not the point. Although you're wrong, but that's not the point. The point is the only way to unity is through empathy. You have to empathize with the man across the table from you, trying to tell you what is going on. If you're unwilling to have the conversation, if you're going to get butthurt every time the conversation pops up, but in the same conversation say, you're not my enemy. If you understand you're not my enemy, then what are we arguing about? If you understand that you weren't there in 1965, if you understand that you weren't there in 1865, if you understand that you weren't there in 1921 in Greenwood, why are you so butthurt when we talk about it?
Yep. Guilt that's not even needed to be there because you weren't there.
Juneteenth shouldn't be a holiday.
Okay,
Then why should the 4th of July? Because
exactly.
it unifies the
No,
nation.
okay, but not everybody
Having
was
your
free.
own holiday like
Not everybody
Juneteenth,
was free.
that divides the nation.
Not everybody was free. But all right.
Yeah.
So Colombia's president makes threat to Donnie Taco. Colombia President Gustavo Petro poked at MAGA and Trump on Tuesday after a viral clip showed him appearing to suggest humanity should get rid of President Donald Mushroom Dick in a new interview as the pair continue their back and forth feud over U.S. strikes on alleged drug trafficking boats. Now, over the weekend, Donald Tanning Booth announced, excuse me, over the weekend, Donald Tanning Booth announced he would be closing up the killing fields in Colombia and cutting U.S. subsidies to the country. After Trump stamped Trump blew up those boats, there was a possibility that there was a fisherman that was blown up in the process and was murdered by the explosion that we did. They have accused Trump of murder. An interview with Univision was released on Monday, and journalist Daniel Carano asked Petro whether the situation between the countries could be resolved with wisdom and pragmatism. When the president offered his reply, Petro stated, "The problem is that I doubt that this is on Trump's mind, but I trust that the democratic resolve of the American institutions, which do not exist yet in Colombia, are able to put science and truth above slander and arrogance and greed." Carano summed up, Your mission is not to change Trump." He responded with no. And the journalist stated, "Your mission is to seek the best possible negotiation for those millions of Colombians who depend on those jobs and that economy." Now, Petro had stated humanity has a first off ramp. It is to choose to change Trump in various ways. The easiest was maybe through Trump himself. If not, get rid of Trump, with snapping his fingers with emphasis. Now, Representative Carlos A. Jimenez stated on X, in an interview with Univision, Colombia's narco terrorist in chief Gustavo Petro has just threatened to overthrow President Trump. Petro's threats must be taken seriously. He is a genuine threat to the safety and security of our hemisphere.
Who said that?
His name is Representative Carlos A. Jimenez. It's amazing.
Jimenez.
Yeah, Jimenez, whatever. Steve Cortez also stated Petro Gustavo directly threatens President Donald Trump and seems to endorse violence versus our president. Colombia needs a new leader, and America needs a real ally again in Bogota. Now, the relations between Trump and Petro have deteriorated rapidly over cooperation with the administration's renewed war on drugs. Trump has accused Petro's government of allowing coke production to surge, while Petro insists U.S. military strikes on alleged drug trafficking boats are violating Colombia's sovereignty. One, if it's not your area, stay out of it. As long as they're not in your area, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you don't just randomly go blow up a boat. You just don't. That's not how we do things.
Right.
You literally start a war when you do that shit. So why would you do that? And at the end of the day, he is in the game of pissing people off. So I wouldn't be surprised at all that something ends up happening because of his ignorance and just dropping bombs on people, like blowing up boats. Like, you put other people at risk, like the fisherman that was possibly murdered there. So
Hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I've only got one thing.
Well,
One thing.
yeah.
We got another one.
We got another one.
We got another one.
Another one.
All right. So this one is 49-year-old Billy Joe Cagel. Yeah, you always get three names when you do something crazy that has something to do with guns. They always give you three names. So, it's 49-year-old Billy Joe Cagel was found at the Atlanta airport. He was online threatening to shoot up the Atlanta airport, and then the family contacted law enforcement because they became alarmed. They didn't want anything to happen to their family member. They knew that he was touched in the head. This also touches on Donnie Two Dials, Donnie Taco,
Taking away
Donnie Portobello,
help.
because a lot of these people, I've told you before, the girl that was mentally unstable that stabbed her manager to death in the McDonald's drive-through, the man who stabbed 11 people at the Walmart,
The man that stabbed that young lady, the Ukrainian
in
girl,
the neck, that
in the
everybody
neck.
tried to turn into a race thing, but that man was just off. Cuckoo.
He was schizophrenic.
One flew over the cuckoo's
I'm
nest.
sorry, but white people are not the only people with mental illness.
And then there was the what was it? There was the guy that was a teacher, and they just basically shipped him off to somebody else's school, and he was still crazy, and he stabbed to death a mother and a father in front of their two twin daughters, I believe it was.
Twin
They
daughters.
weren't
I don't
twin
think they
daughters,
were
but
twin
two
daughters.
It's what's the Devil's Den murders?
I believe so, yes.
Devil's Den murders. Okay, so look at all these people that are and what's going on? Where is the no? You know what we're doing? We're giving a bunch of money to Argentina.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna do.
Making our
we're getting planes from Qatar. We're making deals.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing. We're selling watches.
Right.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're making AI videos of dropping poop on people who are protesting against all the shady stuff that I'm doing, because I'm the president of the United States and I'm doing shady stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, there's that. But
well, that's it. That's all we got. So, all right. Well, thank you again for coming out and seeing us, you guys. We will see you next time on F-It Fridays.
Yes, we will.
F-It Fridays.
Yes, we will.
All right. So don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and get notified for each and every time we drop new content. And we will see you next time. Pieces.